The third annual Ottawa Canadian Film Festival opens this Friday. It celebrates Canadian talent in the independent film scene. Here today to tell us about it is Midweek's Megan Brackenbury. So Megan, how did this festival start?
Hi, Devin. So the festival started 3 years ago, and it was founded by a group of Canadian filmmakers, and it really focuses on showcasing independent film work. Blair Campbell is one of the founders. He's also a filmmaker himself, and he said that there's a need in Ottawa for a space where independent artists can share their films.
The single most important thing for any artist is for their art to be viewed, for an opportunity for that art to impact someone's life, to raise a question, to create an emotional reaction. That's what artists work for.
And Campbell says that the festival supports filmmakers in making sure that they get their work shown because there's a lot of importance in exposure for up-and-coming artists.
What are filmmakers bringing to the table this year?
So there's a wide variety this year, and it's not genre specific. So this means that there's narrative pieces, there's documentaries, there's short films, etc. Campbell says that there's a diverse selection of perspectives this year as well. Ray Savaya is showing his film Newborn. It's influenced by his experience as a child of refugees. His parents escaped the Middle East during the Gulf Wars. It's a fictional piece, but it's very much influenced by his own life. And the film grapples with finding self where you feel like an outsider. He says that this is something all Canadians can relate to.
I think it's a very Canadian story. I think immigration is a huge part of Canada. Even in Canada, where we think there's no racism or anything, there definitely is a sense of feeling like an outsider, even though you're pretty much born here and grew up here, if you have a different name, and you get judged differently.
So the film was actually really well received, and it won the highest film award at the Short Film Face-Off. They won $40,000, so it's a pretty big accomplishment.
Now, that's definitely impressive, and it even sounds like an interesting topic. But can you explain to me what is the independent film scene in Canada?
Yeah, so Campbell told me that the independent film scene in Canada is quite strong. There's a lot of talented filmmakers out there. He says there's also really good quality work being produced.
Oh, it's an extremely vibrant. If I measure it by the quality of the films that we have submitted to our festival, it's world class. It's first class. There's some absolutely breathtakingly talented people working in Canada right now.
Independent film also interestingly offers a platform for new ideas and new voices to be heard. Mariana Fung founded Asians in the Six. She's also a filmmaker who's going to be at the festival this weekend. Asians in the Six is a filmmaking collective that fosters collaboration in Asian communities.
I felt a need to group Asian artists in the city together because for a long time, I've been doing this for about 7.5 years, and I've noticed that a lot of us, we know about each other, but we don't really connect. And there's a sense of almost like competitive edge all the time. As an actor, I feel it a lot. And I was like, let's kind of like destroy this, not so much animosity, but this energy that's not really supportive.
Fung says that there are actually many members of the collective that are quite successful. Some are YouTube content creators who have gathered a following, and some of them are short film producers, and they have very hopeful careers ahead of them.
Megan, tell me what challenges are Canadian filmmakers facing?
So the filmmakers that we spoke to see a growing lack of resources in the Canadian film industry. Fung acknowledges this creates a uniquely passionate atmosphere.
There's a heartbeat in Toronto with like the filmmakers where I feel like there's so much talent and everyone's so hungry. And because we don't have so much funding from the government anymore, like Bravo Fact is gone, Much Fact is gone, everyone's starving to have their say in the arts, right? So I think that there's a pulse here like no other, and everyone's just hungry.
Savaya also spoke about why it's important to fund the Canadian film industry. He says that success from works like the film Room or the shows Orphan Black and Schitt's Creek really showcase Canadian talent in this area. And these shows and films would not be possible without proper funding.
If we cut funding for Canada, like film and TV is our identity. It's what we show to the world of who we are. And if we don't have funding for artists, how can we show who we are as a country without film? It's probably like the biggest media that you watch. I just wanted to see it more. And I would want to see Canadians watch Canadian stuff. And I think Canadians should be more aware of it. Canadians should go out and watch, be more aware of what's happening in Canadian film industry and show how it's reflecting upon ourselves. So I just hope it continues to grow because these are our stories.
Savaya says that if the Canadian film industry continues to be underfunded, then the country's industry will always be overshadowed by others.
And with this in mind, where is the festival heading in the future?
Yeah, so Campbell told me that he's hoping to expand the festival and add more films in the coming years. He wants to make it longer, more of a year-round event, and he wants to add events so that the public can become engaged with the filmmakers. He says that the festival is an opportunity for the public to check out Canadian films.
If you've never had the experience of seeing Canadian independent film, be them shorts, be them features, come see us this weekend. It's a great opportunity and one you shouldn't miss.
So the festival is this Friday and Saturday, and it's being presented at the Arts Court in Ottawa.
Well, thank you, Megan. That was Midweek's Megan Brackenbury speaking about the Ottawa Canadian Film Festival this weekend.